F Street Wheeling, let's jump in. So we are acquiring a 72,000 square foot industrial building in Wheeling, Illinois. It's a great suburb right outside of Chicago. There's a current in-place tenant, which is Precision Zone. They do some repairs for industrial electronics. We will be continuing to lease the building to them. They took up about 50,000 square feet of the 72,000. We saw this as a value add opportunity. So we initially had the plan of either trying to lease the entire space to them, find a new tenant, etc. So here's what the space looked like prior to last week. Precision Zone had a good amount of square footage over here. They also had everything that you can see highlighted in here in yellow. Not great, right? Not contiguous. It's hard to lease the existing space in here to a new tenant. Nobody wants that space. But here's what we came to an agreement with the tenant last week. Currently, they're taking all of this space and vacating from up here, leaving about 20,000 square feet of contiguous space, which is fantastic for us because now at this point we can lease it to a tenant that will take the space instead of trying to put together a 5,000 or 6,000 square foot tenant. This will lead to better cash flows, better lease terms with a new tenant. So just to recap what I was just going over here, 50,000 square feet now leased to Precision Zone in a contiguous amount. We're looking at cash flows of over 13% in the first year prior to getting a new tenant. And after that, we're trying to lease this building up as quickly as possible. We're giving ourselves a 12-month runway here, but we're shooting for rents that are about $8 a square foot for gross, which means that we will still pay the expenses for the building, but the tenant will go ahead and pay $8 a square foot. That'll lead to cash flows of over 13%. We've got money put away in our development budget to be able to account for some tenant improvements for a new tenant, leasing commissions, etc. All we got to do is find a tenant that'll take that extra 20,000 square feet. Why we love this deal, again, it's contiguous space. We have some leasing flexibility. This is a fantastic market. While we're trying to get a tenant in there for $8 a square foot, the market's more like $9 or $10, so we're being a bit conservative there, and that market demand is exactly why we love this deal. All right, we'll keep moving forward. Let's move on to OCLV MF3. So you've probably been hearing about this deal for a while. This is our third installment of apartment buildings in Oak Creek. We've also done some single family, some townhomes there as well. But this is F Street OCLV MF3. You can see it right down here. It's a Class A development, 57 units. We're shooting for a 12-month construction timeline. We have our great partners in Stevens Construction and Rinka Architects on this project, same as OCLV MF2. So we know who we're working with. We know we can get this done in the right amount of time. Our plan is to efficiently lease this building. You know, bringing 50 units to the market is a lot easier than bringing 200. So we're planning on efficient leasing, still giving ourselves a 12-month runway in our numbers, but we believe we can get it done faster than that. We're planning on refinancing the building once we reach stabilization. That'll help cash flows and potentially cash out some proceeds for our investors as well. And then after we refinance, just ongoing cash flows and eventually time the market for a sale. So nothing crazy here. It's a great deal. We know Oak Creek. We know the market, right? So real quick, that was the what. This is the why. Why are we building here again? Well, we're following success. We have the Coast Apartments, 199 units that leased up. Oh, sorry, I hit the button. We have the Coast Apartments that leased up in 8 months. That's 199 units, right? We have the North Townhomes right now. We have that 75% leased in just about 4 months. We know the Oak Creek market is fantastic, right? We have been able to kill lease-ups in this market. We love the people there. We love the city. The city has been a fantastic partner. Not only have they helped with all of our infrastructure and developing Lakeshore Commons Park right next door to us, they've also provided over $3 million in TIF specifically to this deal. So that's why we're building here. Just a real quick overview. So this is Lakeshore Commons Park in here. Beautiful area right next to Lake Michigan. Currently, we're constructing 75 units here. This is Summit South OCLV MF2, and then this is where we will be building OCLV MF3. And again, these are the Coast Apartments up here, 199 units, and these are the North Townhomes I just mentioned that are leased up to 75% in just 4 months now. So real quick, we'll go over the numbers. This is very similar to our other multifamily deals. We give you an 8% preferred return, and we pay that on an annual basis. If we're not able to pay you, such as in year one when we'll be under construction, that 8% accrues to the next year. So if you're a $100,000 investor, we owe you $8,000 in that first year. We're not going to be able to pay it unless we strike oil on the construction site, and I don't see that happening, right? So That amount will be accrued to the next year. We still have to pay down all of your preferred return. That's the first part of the waterfall. The second part of the waterfall is we pay your investment back, right? 100% of free cash flows go to Class A members until you're fully paid back your investment and the preferred return that you're owed. After that is when splits come into play. F Street gets 35%, our investors get 65%. Very similar to what we've done in the past. This aligns our interest with our investors. You get paid first, we get paid second. This motivates us to get you your money back and get you your preferred return back as quickly as possible. And that's what we plan on doing here as well. Projected IRR, we're looking at 17.9% on a 4-year hold, 8.62% stabilized cash on cash, meaning that once we've got the building to a stabilized occupancy, 90-95%, that's a cash on cash we expect for you. And a 4-year equity multiple, meaning if I invested $100,000, how much should I expect back? We expect that to be $187,000. Pretty simple. If you have any questions, please let me know. Lane@fstreet.com. I'm happy to help. So at this point, we want to get through that really quickly. I know our investors have heard a ton about these deals, but we're in crunch time, right? We have $500,000 or less left to go in F Street Wheeling. We have under $1 million left to go in OCLV MF3, excuse me. So this is your time to invest. If you want to talk, please give me a ring or email me at lane@fstreet.com. Email Brian@fstreet.com, or Mitch@fstreet.com. Very easy emails here. Please feel free to reach out, and we're now going to open up this roundtable for open forum. So please let me know any questions that you have. Okay, great. So the question was, how does the construction and leasing of MF2 affect MF3? Well, really, we like this as an economy of scale, right? This will be a great buildup to the leasing and construction of MF3. Once construction crews have finished a certain area on MF2, they'll be moving now to MF3, right? And once we are building up our leasing at MF2, we'll continue it at MF3, right? The same teams are in place, the same construction, the same architect. They're going to be working on phasing from one site to the other. They're right next to each other. And same with the management. We have a great partner in Harmonic that manages all of our Midwest multifamily. They will be moving from one building to the next. We'll be able to save some dollars on our employees that we have on site there through Harmonic, and it's just going to be a really seamless project, we believe, going from MF2 to MF3. So great question. Anything else? All right. Any questions, please drop anything in the chat that you have. I'm happy to help it, or reach out to me at lane@fstreet.com. I'll be happy to help with anything you have. Happy to help set you up with an investment, whatever that may be. Appreciate you reaching out, and thank you for your time today.